Hello everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. I think you guys can hear me, but I'm not sure right now. Sorry, I'm right now just trying to figure out the cut for this. I have to cut out some leather. Oh, there's my Sharpie. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday. I am getting pretty close to being finished with my competition piece for WonderCon, and it's in the intense mode now, so it's getting crazy out here. And I just have a few things left to do. Sorry, I just realized this box of gloves is probably really in the way. There we go. Well, you guys can see I'm cutting something right now. Let me see if I can find my... try my tripod. See if I can, that'll be better visibility for you guys. Oh, it wants to fall over. There we go. See, you're gonna see my face. Oh no! Oh no! my very red face because I went for a walk today and it is already like 90 degrees here, so I got very warm. Yeah, that's fun. But let's see if we can get more of what I'm doing in the frame. Actually, I think if I push back my... I need to move these things anyways. I need to move my water cup, grab my felt, and I think if I move this back, you guys are going to see more of it. There we go. Let me know if you can hear me. I don't know if you guys can hear me. It says that you should be able to hear me. But I'm cutting out some leather. So this will be interesting. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Where did I put my Sharpie? Oh! Oh, there it is. I've just armor bits and stuff everywhere. Like, I've got, you know... It's not done yet, but I have an armor bit here. And then I have some shoulder pieces that need a lot of work still, too. Well, actually, not even a lot of work. I just need to finish painting and doing leathering, but... thanks for watching. Here we go. Okay, now I can put this whole roll of leather back away. I can put the leather back! You guys can see what I'm actually going to do. I am about to add this gold leather piece to my belt, which I am almost finished with. I have a belt. It has this cool quick release in the back so that when I do a special transformation move, it comes off easy like that. But I do need to come in here and finish adding details to this portion of it here, but in order to add the gold details, I have leather pieces here that I've wrapped around really thick foam. And so I need the same leather detailing on the top of the belt and then on these portions right here. So that's why I have these little squares cut out right now. And I'm going to put the belt down here so it doesn't take up room. And what I'm going to do is I have a pattern from Federline Patterns, or was this, wait, no, this is GEA Cosplay Lab Patterns. And I'm just going to cut right in the middle, and they has this nice perfect line. So I'm going to use that as a pattern to figure out the trim, and then I'll cut out the same pattern on the other piece of leather that I have here. This is vinyl, so it's faux leather. Works really well for like cosplay belts and things that you need a little bit more rigidity and support in. And it's very, very useful. I don't know how long I'll be on stream today. I'm hoping to be on stream for around an hour. Where is... Okay, the comment field is not working well right now. That's okay. I'll figure it out. I'm streaming from my phone. I've finally saved up enough money. Last year I had to replace all the windows on my house because the seals failed, and literally we had a microburst come and water was coming in from the windows. The doors, everything else was fine, but water was coming in from the seals under the windows because they had failed, and so I had to replace them before any wood rot or other bad things set in. And so unfortunately that kind of killed my budget for it because it was really expensive. And I finally was able to buy a little mini laptop. So I'm hoping to stream from my mini laptop in the future, and that way it'll be easier for me to see the comments from you guys. Let's see. There we go. Okay. And then you can't hear me. You know, I think my microphone, yeah, my microphone's working. Okay. I'm just, let me get this last little bit. I'll do some painting too, depending on how much time we have here. And then, I can't show you, I wanted to show you guys the sewing portion, but the sewing portion, like all I have left is just mostly adding on bias and trim and things. But the sewing portion gives away too much of the costume, and for WonderCon you're not supposed to show as much of the costume. So I figured I'd show you guys how you can do mixed media with belts and other things for costumes. So for my belt for Jace, and I'm doing Jace from League of Legends / Arcane, I took his outfit inspiration from both the video game and the Netflix show, because I have a transformation piece. So for the first time ever, I've made a transformation outfit, like an actual transformation. I've done semi-transformation like outfits that were kind of transformative, but this one's legitimately a tearaway portion. So I've had to find a way to where I immediately look dirty. So I had to, when I was lining, I can tell you guys about what I did when I was lining the fabric for Jace's jacket, because he has that white jacket that's like a double layer jacket. And when I was lining it, I had to separate the lining from the outer fabric, weather and paint it, then put the fashion fabric on top, and then have different layers so that you couldn't see the strange thing I'm doing. Hello! So this costume has been so much work for me, more than I'm used to, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a little overwhelming. I've made complex costumes before. It's just I don't think I've made a costume this complex in this short of a time frame. And some of that was my own fault for underestimating the complexity of it. And then some of it too was I didn't realize I was underestimating the deliverables for this event. So okay, I need to cut it there. All right. Oop. The trim's trying to escape. Okay. Now we've got the gold Let's trim this side. And I'm just using, so these are Fisker's industrial scissors. I am going to tell you that vinyl tends to wear them down. So I have a Fisker's sharpening, and you just put it in and drag it across and get it nice and sharp, and it takes off any powder. It helps sharpen the metal, and it helps your scissors last longer, because I know people are like, I'm always cosplay's too expensive. I'm always having to buy tools all the time. You can help your tools last longer, just like with your needles. So a lot of people don't realize with needles, you should change it after every type of fabric change. So if you have, say you're sewing vinyl for one part of your costume and then cotton for another, so anything that's vinyl and that one stretch to make the needle last longer. And then when you switch to cotton or stretch, whatever the other fabric is, then change your needle and then sew everything in that material type to try and get it to last longer. All right. Trying to cut this as smoothly as possible. Ugh. It's flopping everywhere right now. Come on. Smooth cut. Smooth cut. Be nice to me, vinyl. There we go. Nice. And then I am going to use this little square for another portion of the belt. Okay. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Everything's going well. If you're in Arizona and you're going to Gamon Expo, I hope you have fun. I know a lot of people are there. Age of Radio is there right now. Jinx from Costalk Live is there, so be sure to say hello. And if you want to, don't be afraid to ask them to interview you. I know that Age of Radio loves to do interviews of fans, and they're usually streaming live from events for several hours a day, so be sure to stop by and say hi to them. They are our show sponsor. And they are super awesome. Okay. Alright. One last thing to cut. Well, that's probably not true. I still have to cut little triangles out. I need to pull that up and show you guys the belt. So I'm not worried about this portion being split, because in the belt there's this section that I have to take away anyways. But if there was, say I needed this square to be perfect and didn't have any cuts or anything, you would want to pinch the middle and cut from the middle in. That way you're not, damaging the square, but you don't have to do that. You can also do it any way you'd like. Hello, welcome to the stream. You guys don't, I have a fan on. If it gets too loud, let me know. It's just, like I said, it's 90 degrees here in Arizona right now. So I turned a fan on because it can get a little warm in my craft room sometimes. It's not too bad today with the little fan on. And then before cutting vinyl, you really want to make sure you have very sharp scissors. If you don't have sharp scissors, then using a straight edge and a razor blade works really well too. Okay, so now we have the lining that we're going to put on the belt cut out. So then I'm going to bring the belt back up. And what I need to do is on this little triangle portion here, I need to lay this against it, and I need to fill along the edges. This is going to be really awkward. I did not plan this out very well. I was goofy and forgot to do this before. So there it is. Okay, and okay, good. All right. we're gonna put that belt back down. Whew, I'm getting high from this. And then what we're gonna do here is we'll fix up this triangle, make it look nicer. And then I'm going to cut trim for the triangle with this as well. I'm actually going to cut this out and make sure it fits before I cut the trim because I don't want to waste too much of my vinyl. Alright, so let's see. It will fit here. I think it's going to fit on this one better this way. Okay, so then I need to just, yeah. Okay. We're good. Alright, so I need to trim off this little edge right here. And then that should... You know, I wonder if I have the little triangle in my patterns. I have this whole thing of patterns. I swear. Because the belts was like the one piece I did last, and I'm wondering if I have the triangle for the belts in here somewhere. Let's take this and put it back here. I gotta keep all my patterns organized. That's the best way to make sure that you don't lose anything. Those are for my arms. Okay, so it's for the arms. Put those here. And then the belt. I think I found the rest of the... Those are the leg pieces. Here's the belt. Alright, I found all the belt pieces. Pulling these pieces out. Look at this square. Where's the triangle? I just need the triangle. There's gotta be a tiny triangle here somewhere, guys. I think I found it. Is this it? No, that's foam. No, that's more foam. Welcome to, like, this is what it looks like when you have to pattern things. It's just so many pieces everywhere. I think these are all the boots patterns. Yeah. Oh no, there's the triangle. That'll be unfortunate if I lost the triangle. I think I may have lost the triangle, guys. Well, we're gonna try and cut it again. It's... I need a better way of organizing my patterns instead of just throwing them in this big manila folder and hoping I don't lose any of the pieces. Because, like, I'm gonna pull out the pieces and show you. Like, there's just so many pieces in here. It's... no wonder I'm getting lost in piece pattern torture. There's just so many pieces. Let's see here. That's more piece of this, and there's more piece of that. And then that's... Wait, is that it? No. Okay, that's for something else. Alright, maybe it's in this little stack right here. I'm gonna pull... I have more foam in here too, because I was going to make a pouch. And then I decided the pouch just looked funny with the... I've redesigned Jace's outfit to make it a bit more feminine. Oh, 34 degrees. Oh, look, I found it! I found the triangle! Yay! Yeah, 34 degrees is crazy. That's... It's in the 90s here. It's... Yeah. And I anticipate... I mean, it's in the 70s, 60s, and 70s in the morning, and sometimes it gets to 50s at night. Actually, it usually gets to the 50s at night. But it is 100% going to be 98 degrees by, I think they said 3:30 today, correct? Okay, I did it. I found the pattern. That's all that I was really super concerned about. Did it. We found. So now we'll have the exact size we need going. Okay. I'm going to make sure I cut this out right where the foam was. Okay. Just need to trim the edges a little bit, which is fine. Okay. Now I get to. I keep forgetting, like, for some reason, this new one, like, the cap won't stick. Like, I don't know if you guys are having that problems, but like with the newer Sharpies, the caps just aren't sticking anymore, and it irritates me so much. Because that should not happen. Big sigh. Big sigh. Okay. I'm excited because after this stream, I get to go see Amber Bright Props. She and I are going to get lunch together. Yay! Just throwing all my leather bits on the floor. Oh, look, more leather bits. Why aren't these the same length? Okay, these need to be the same length. That's weird. One's also a little bit fatter than the other. Why are they a little bit fatter than the other one? This is going to be a strap, so I don't know why this one looks different, but it does. Okay. Okay. And this strap and this strap are now the same length. And I need to trim this one a little bit again because I forgot. This is the magic of cosplay, aka getting everything measured the right way. Okay. Because I have to put Velcro on this part. Okay. Let's get the little line drawn on these. Okay. And then I'll put some gloves on and we'll do some gluing. Why didn't I have that one glove as high? There we go. Fixed. Now we have everything we need. So, gloves, which I put over here. Whenever you're using super glue gel, you want to make sure you wear gloves. Also be careful. My gloves ripped because some of the glue got on it, and then I got glue all over my thumb. If you get super glue on yourself, oil, lotion, anything to help get your skin super moisturized and make it easy to peel off. You can develop an allergy to adhesives over time, so just be very careful if it makes contact with your skin, because you can get sick from it. Okay. Where did my super glue go? No! Oh, there it is. I use the Gorilla Glue super glue gel. The gel is easier to control and it doesn't spread as much. Just be careful. Sorry, really loud. You do have to tap it to get it to come out the top. Okay, so I'm going to take this and put that there. And it looks like it's a little oversized somehow. Oh no. Do I need to... Oh, I see what it is. I just need to trim this. Okay. I must have trimmed at an angle. That's not good. There you go. That should be it. Yeah. Perfect. Right. Cool. Okay. So we're gonna put the gel. Ooh, mine's bubbling a little bit. Hang on, let me get a paper towel. Apparently there was some air in this one. Like, get the bubble out. Okay, there. That's why you always have paper towels whenever you're working with stuff. Is that my only paper towel? I thought I had more paper towels. Where did my other paper towels go? Into the abyss of my costume stuff. Well, I might have to run away and grab more paper towels because I don't know where all my paper towels went. I had more and they had vanished. Probably, oh, they're over here. I found them. They're just in this little pile. Okay. All right. So you want to, yeah, you want to put it on the actual piece here, and you want to start kind of at the top. Get it put here. It is, like I said, it is a gel, so it's going to be a little goopy. But it sets pretty fast. It sets in about 10 seconds. So you do want to be very careful with how quickly you place it and how well you place it. So this one's fighting me. Give me 1 second. And okay, I have it placed now. Okay. And then I'm going to put it a little bit on the foam. You don't want very much. You want very little gel because it sets so quickly. Just a little bit of gel goes a really long way. I'm barely tapping the gel onto here. No, no, no. There we go. Okay. Now I have a really cool trim without having to paint all of it. So it kind of reminds you a bit more of a belt buckle. I'm actually going to put the glue on this time to try and get it lined up like I did with the last one. Apparently my hands are shaking a little bit today. It happens. Sometimes I have shaky hands. There we go. Okay. And then for the texture you see on this leather, I think you can see the texture. So This is actually foam. This is not leather. I took leather paint. So I took this Angelus leather paint. I took these two colors. I think it's their copper and their bronze. I mixed them together. 2 parts bronze to 1 part copper. And then I started sponging it on with like a sponge brush. And leather paint creates a lot more texture and shadow. So it gives the paint job a lot more depth without using as much product. It's one of my favorites. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we've got the trim on the triangle of the belt. So now the hard part is doing it on the outer edge of this. So you can see the, I think what I'm gonna have to do is check. Because I'm gonna have to cut it in some places. So I'm going to start on the edges here and then work my way because I'll have to cut in these sections and then move it over. So, okay, we'll start at the edges. And again, this is one of my favorite ways to get trim on foam. Instead of painting it, you kind of get this nice textured look using vinyl, and it gives it more depth. If you guys have any questions while I'm working on this, let me know. I would be happy to answer. The hot glue does get warm. So I do recommend, not hot glue, sorry, super glue. I mean, hot glue gets warm too. So I do recommend doing it in portions. Plus for like heat, for lining it up too. If you do all of it and it dries too fast because it sets so quickly, then you're kind of like, oh, I'm screwed. Right, a little bit of leaking on this, so I want to get rid of that. That did not set right. Let me fix that. Okay. All right. Sorry, you can probably hear my mom yelling at her dog. Her dog is being bad right now. Doing what she's not supposed to. Puppies. Okay, so I can see that I need to trim this, I think right about here. And now it should line up perfectly. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Last little bit here, and I'm going to press and hold this because I don't want it to shift at all. So, yeah. Hello. Getting a belt made. Or rather, finishing up the details of a belt. So, got, you know. It's a very chunky belt. Very chunky belt. Okay. Super glue it well. Now I'm going to rotate this so I can get this part closer to my face. Okay. You also, like with this super glue gel, don't get it too, like, don't inhale it, like, don't get it too close to your face. But I will say, it's not as, like, it doesn't off gas as bad as, say, contact cement would. If you are using contact cement, please, 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 please wear a mask. I have a respirator that I wear, or I wear like an N95 mask with additional filters inside of it. So please take care of yourselves when you're using contact cement. It looks, I mean, there's barge. I use Baldwood. To make it easier, I actually put it inside of this little container so that it can just drip out the top, and I don't have to worry about it getting everywhere, because otherwise contact cement likes to get everywhere. Okay. Oh, you got some of that glue on my hand. I didn't tear the glove. Okay. It can and will tear the glove, so just be mindful. Here we go. We are almost done with the trim, and this is just, it looks so nice. I like it with the trim like this. Okay. So I need to get this lined up here. I'm gonna glue the corner in first, and then I'll trim where I need to. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Okay, so I need to trim this like right here. Here we go. And then I need to trim that one. Oh, that needs to be trimmed a little bit more. I didn't trim it enough. There. Okay. Perfect. There. Okay. Let's get this one put down. This is the part of cosplay people don't always get to see. Oh! I glued my glove to the side. And there, I did rip my glove. It happened. Well, at least I didn't permanently glue it there, though. I've done that before on accident, where I've like permanently glued something to it. And then this is why you always have a fabric pin, so that you can just hide anything that you've accidentally like, oops, out of existence, gone. You could also just use a Sharpie if you're trying to like. Okay, you know what? Piece of broken glove. Get out of here. Go in the trash. Okay. All right, there we go. And then if I have a hard time, I like to use the edge of like a paintbrush to push things in if I'm having a hard time getting it to stay in. Okay, now we have the trim on one side. We just have to get it added to the other side over here. And we have finished the belt, or I finished the belt. I'm really excited about this belt being done. It has been so much work. I have spent hours on this belt. Hours on it. Oh no, felt you can't live on the, there we go. Okay. So we're going to start with the corner again. I like this song. It's keeping me chill because this is like anxiety inducing. Like you just takes one little goof up and then you're like, no, my trip looks terrible. So trying to avoid any goof ups. Is important, especially since I really do not want to remake this belt. It took 3 hours for me to just get the leather wrapped around the under portion of this belt. I don't want to go through that again. But, well, I've already been streaming 38 minutes? 41? Oh, I started early. I'm like, how? Well, at least the belt will be finished by the time the stream's done. That's a bonus. I'm really excited about that. Okay. Maybe pull this one over a little bit. Where's that piece of it's leaking out of the side over here, and I kind of don't want that to get anywhere else. Okay. The pressure you have to put on super glue so that it stays. Yay! All right. And then let's come here, mark this. Nope, I needed to go a little bit smaller. You're just a little too big still. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And then what I probably could do, so I do need to style another roomie wig. Do you guys want me to stream that, or do you want me to just record it like I did last time? Because I am styling another wig. I'm doing it with fewer wefts this time, so it should be easier for me to style it. But last time I only did a recording. Do you guys want me to live stream styling my roomie wig next week? That might be on a weekday, just a heads up on that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it on the weekend. Because the weekend I'm going to be at the Glendale Public Library doing a how-to presentation with Jinx Cosplay on cosplay, engineering cosplay. Just kind of what to consider if you want to get into costuming. So if you're interested in seeing me style my roomie wig live instead of recording it, let me know and I'll see if I can get that set up. I actually have my mom, the sweetest person, helping me style it because it takes about 2 people with how much hair there is. So it's a little tricky. I have to double check that I still have enough embroidery thread for the lower wig attachment. I think I do. Get this corner glued in. Alright, corner set. There we go. Okay. The last little bit of this one. Come on. Come on. Come on, glue. Alright, time to tap the glue. If you are tapping the glue on a surface and it's not covered, it will get glue on that surface, so I tapped it on a paper top. Just be aware you will accidentally get this coming out of the top, and that's probably not what you want, so... Ooh! It seeped. Uh-oh. Looks like I need to steal another piece of paper towel. That's why I have it here, so I can clean up where it gets messy. Okay. Alright. We have finished the belt for Jace. Yay! Oh, apparently there's still a little glue over there. But this is Jace's belt. And then it just velcros beautifully in the back. And we've got a nice belt. I'm so excited. Oh, this is going to be good. This is a very nice looking piece. I am probably going to have to, I might have to, get the, let it dry first, but I may have to heat treat this again. I'm just checking to see if I have any holes or gaps anywhere. I think we're good. Alright. So I'm going to let this do its little dry thing, so that I don't get potentially any other super glue on myself, which is never fun. Kind of don't want to work with super glue more, but I am supposed to super glue. I shouldn't have taken my gloves off. Oh, you know what I can do while you guys are on? So, for the pauldrons, I needed to glue this portion here, and then I need to Velcro here so that I have... Actually, I don't even think I need to do that, because let me tape this in and see how it feels if I put it on. Where's... I don't know if you guys have ever crafted before, but if you have, there's this thing called Where's My Tape? And it happens all the time where you just don't know where your tape is. I don't know where my tape is. All I see is clear tape. It's fine. And that should just be enough. I don't need like super... I don't need it to last super durably for a while. I just need it to stay on long enough to try it on my arm. That's all. I can't find my painter's tape. I don't know where I put it. Oh, you know what? I think I put it away with my tape. I think I put it away with my tools already. Oops. I was a little preemptive with that. Oh, this scotch tape just wants to stick on me. Okay, okay, no. No. Just stay long enough for me to try this on, okay? I know you're not the best tape of foam, but... Oh! Okay, maybe I am just gonna have to glue the strap on and pray for the best, because I... Oh, it sticks to my skin just fine. Okay, it's rude. But we're gonna take... Alright, so that super glue I showed you, it's gonna be in use again. So when I put this on, I'm trying to remember when I put it on. I think I put it like here. Yeah. Okay, so I need to glue it here. Okay. I need to make sure I don't show any of that. Alright. Gluing in a strap. I still have to paint all of these layers gold here and then do a little bit more weathering. Okay. Moment of truth. Is it going? Oh, it fits on my arm and it's got leeway. That was all. So I mostly just use it as decorative because it's not actually going to hold the arm piece up. I mean, it actually would. But I'm also doing it as decorative because I'm going to put on here. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to put Velcro underneath here, like on the shelf of the shoulder, so that when I put this on, it just kind of Velcros on and stays, and I don't have to worry about the strap being successful or not, even though it looks like it will be, which is good. But another reason you do the Velcro is because this would eventually like rotate, and I don't want it to like rotate. So, okay. Actually worked out really well. Yay! Now I have to do it exactly the same on the other one. No! I didn't even need the Velcro. Okay, alright, so if we call this strap, you see the same. I have to get it to line up perfectly. I guess I want them to match. It'd be easier if I do it this way. I need to repaint the sides of this. It didn't work out very well. Here's my, I have a white chalk marker. Chalk markers are your best friend when you're trying to like mark where things should go. Okay, so now I know where my paint should go. Perfect. Okay. How much of this did I glue in there? Like here and okay. So that. Okay. We're almost done. Now, while this is curing, I think I'm gonna go get, I have like a copper marker. I think, do I still have a copper marker? Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a copper marker and show you guys how to touch things up. I think you can probably still hear me as I walk. I just have to get my copper marker. Yeah. Okay, let's see. There's a silver one. Where's my copper one? Nope, that's silver too. Do I have a copper marker anymore is the question. Did I lose my copper marker? Well, I guess I could just use the brown one and do some weathering with it. That'll work too. No, my copper marker died. Oh no. Oh no, everybody, my copper marker isn't existing anymore. It's okay, I have a brown one. I have a brown fabric marker. In emergency situations, brown fabric markers work just as well, so we can do that. Okay. Let's get the glue on here now. Oh. Okay. This one's leaking a lot more than normal for some reason. Okay. And I am not, I'm putting the strap on before because I'm not painting the inside of these. I'm going to line the inside of this with felt. So I'm going to bring the felt through here and then just have it nicely lined with felt. So I'll just glue in the felt and then I'll have a nice, something nice and soft to touch my skin instead of the foam directly. Won't even be touching my skin, it'll be touching the, okay. Another moment of truth. Okay, they all work. This is fantastic. Okay, so the guesswork was successful. Guesswork isn't always successful. In worst case scenario, I would have just trimmed off the, just trimmed everything off. But this is a brown fabric marker, so I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to kind of weather the sides to hide where I put these marks for everything. And I'll probably put like a little bit of silver over it. Try and give it like a more weathered look. I'll get rid of any of my chalk guidelines I've been using to match things and create more of that weathered. This is armor. The edges get, you know, kind of damage the most effect. The edges of armor typically aren't as shiny. They do get a bit more of that kind of, oh, what is it called? Patina. So. But fabric markers are super useful for this. And it makes it so much easier. Okay. You can push out a lot of the paint that's inside of it. It dries quickly. And it's pretty opaque. And you don't have to worry about it getting everywhere because it's a nice straight edged marker. Easier to control. Okay. Oops. I painted myself. Let's be a little bit more opaque here. The foam will sometimes eat the paint, so you might need to do a second layer depending on the color of foam you work with. If it's white foam you're working with, you'll probably be okay. With the black foam, even after heat treatment, will still eat up paint. So, if you're not aware of that, before you paint anything, you should heat treat it to remove any excess air bubbles from the foam to also shape it into your desired shape. And finally, to help it not absorb as much paint, because you essentially heat sealed the outer layer. Ooh, my fabric marker's leaking. Okay. Alright. Well, that is our stream for today. Thank you for joining me. We got an entire belt done. I got to show you guys how I do some of my strapping and then talk about how I'm going to line the inside of this with felt. I did actually finish. I can show you this. I have to do it to the second boot, but this is my boot cover. And on the inside, on the ankle portion and the calf portion, I have placed felt. And that's so that when I'm wearing it, the areas where I'm going to get the most flex have some support, and I'm not going to start chafing out. I'm not going to start pulling out any of the foam. It also makes it easier to slide in and out of, because this is a full boot, so this isn't one. The way that this was designed made it difficult for me to create Velcro because of the stress points. So this is one that I made the bottom wide enough for my heel to slide through, and then I created like a really high curve so that I can get my heel in and out without it getting caught. So felt on the lower and upper portions helps with the durability of this. I guess my boot is gonna go there. But thank you guys for joining me on the stream today. I really appreciate all of your support. Again, if you're going to Game On Expo, be sure to go say hello to Jinx and say hello to everybody at Age of Radio. We will be streaming. I'll be streaming tomorrow, Mass Effect at noon, and then we'll be Age of Radio is streaming pretty often with Jinx. But sorry, I have no makeup on today, and I'm catching up on sleep, so yay! But we'll be streaming this Sunday, and then we're going to stream again next Sunday, and then we won't be streaming the following one because we'll be at WonderCon. So thank you again for joining. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all around later.